This is a wheelbarrow sweep from single leg X. It's going to be off of the double pants sweep, but if the opponent leans really far forward, so you can't tilt them back. So sometimes in some positions, the person knows where they're vulnerable and they'll kind of position their body to try to hard counter what you're doing. Okay, so if I have both pants and Connor's standing straight up, he knows he's vulnerable to being swept backwards. So what he might do is just lean way over my body and like post his hands on the ground or grab his collar or something like this. And it makes it really hard to sweep him back. If he posts both hands on the ground, go ahead and post both hands on the ground. It's impossible for me to sweep him back. His weight is in his arms, not in his hips. So I'm not going to bring him backwards. Okay. But it's not a bad thing. It's just kind of like if you don't exploit like all his weight being forwards, or you don't know how, it's like you're playing rock, paper, scissors, and you just don't own scissors. You're just playing paper and rock. He's choosing like paper, and all you have is rock. So this would be like the scissors for this situation. This is going to be the wheelbarrow sweep over here. Okay, and you're going to know why it's called the wheelbarrow sweep once we get into it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do when he leans over me and posts on his hands, I'm going to put him even more onto his hands. So I'm going to bring my foot from the hip, and I'm going to bring it inside. So stand up real quick, Connor. And it's going to be like on this side of his body because I'm going to be pushing him up. Okay. And then my other foot, when it comes inside, it's going to be on this side. So I'm going to have the blades of my foot here on either side of his hips, not right in the middle. Okay. Just so you know. All right. So you don't lose any training partners. So go back down. So he's on his hands. I'm going to put my leg inside here. And then I'm going to start pushing him even more onto his hands so that all of his weight is loaded on his hands. So I start to push him forward. And then I bring my right leg inside here, like this, okay? Now, a really important part of this position here, I need to have this, his right leg locked to my right, or my left leg. So if we rotate around, this leg that I'm inside on, I'm like completely attached to this. There's no looseness here. So he starts posting over me. I'm bringing this leg inside, I'm bringing the other leg inside. And now I'm closing my knee and closing my elbow against his leg. So it's trapped. I have a good connection here. Okay. And now the next thing I want to do is take myself off of this angle. So right now I can see like Connor's side, his armpit. I'm going to use the other grip to push and invert myself and take both of his feet off the floor. So I'm going here. Look, I still have the connection here. And now I'm just uninverting to my left side. Like this, okay? Once I'm here, I just keep this leg straight. I pull this leg behind me, and I use the grips to stand up, okay? So I'm playing single leg X. I managed to get the pants. I'm starting to tilt him back. He knows what's coming. He leans forward. Desperation. Okay, I'm going to bring this outside leg inside. Start bringing him overhead. Look, I'm using this and this to kind of push him until I can put this foot inside. And now I'm connecting his right leg like I was showing. I'm closing my knee and I'm closing my elbow on this side. So I feel it's like one solid structure. And I'm using this grip to bring myself under here. So both legs are off the ground. Here. And now I'm just uninverting, like I'm rolling off of my shoulder and then bringing this leg back and standing up. Okay. When you uninvert here, when you're bringing their hips to the ground, is that okay? It's kind of like this connection you have with his leg and your instep is like a key turning his hips to face the floor. Okay. So it's just stay sitting. So it's this connection is what's like turning his hips to the floor, this right here, and your hands are working too. So this whole structure right here is rotating his body. And the inversion is just like you do to warm up. So it's just like, come on this side, come over here. It's just like this here. If I was inverted and I was just gonna uninvert like this, same exact thing. Okay, So that's like the super clean technical way to do this. There's also like an uglier version, more like quicker, like not as calculated version that works really well too. So if you don't have the dexterity or the flexibility, or you don't have the time to set this up really clean, all you have to think about doing is pushing his weight as far off of your body as possible, and then going face down to your knees and standing. And your grips are going to be crossed, but it's okay. Okay? So he starts to post. I'm bringing my legs inside. I'm not worried about it being perfect now. I'm just starting to get him in this position. And look, I'm going to kick his weight off. And then I'm standing up to my knees. And as I stand up and pull these grips, it's going to start to expose him. Okay, so I can go to the back, or he might start to like play guard or whatever, but I'm going to be able to get up with both pants, which is the goal, because I have control of his ability to walk and move around the mat. So wherever he goes, I'm going to be in an advantageous position. Okay, and all I have to do is just kick him really, really far, make him walk on his hands like it's a wheelbarrow race, and then I'm turning face down and just building up to my knees. Okay. Here. And then I start to stand and I keep the grips and I just pull them up to me. Okay. Like this. All right. So this is the attack I would do when they start to lean really far forward. Okay. You should always have like an opposite attack if they try to hard counter you with their body position. Okay. If you have some kind of sweep that you like, or your A game or whatever, and there's something they can do to make it impossible to sweep them, you need to have an answer for that. Whether it's like them laying down like a double guard pull position so you can't elevate them, you need to be able to come up and like attack a single leg. Or if they're leaning way far forward over you so you can't tilt them back, you need to do like the wheelbarrow sweep. Okay, so try this out.